When you look at liquor privatization, this is literally something that individuals have wanted for decades, and governors of both parties have asked for it for decades. And you look back at our antiquated system that's been in place since the 1930s, and it really has not substantially changed. And it was originally built to control access to alcohol. And the government's main goal was to limit that access. You fast forward to today, there's a vast majority of individuals, myself included, who simply don't believe that selling alcohol is a core function of government. I agree with the governor that educating our young individuals is a core function of government. I agree that our roads, our bridges, our transportation infrastructure, and many of the other things that we've had bipartisan agreement on are the core function of government. What is not the core function of government is selling alcohol. Because this system as it currently exists creates a divergence or a dichotomy and really two faces of government. We have one side of government that is saying, let's sell more alcohol to increase revenues. And we have the other side saying, let's control access, let's enforce our laws, and let's make sure that we're doing a good job at doing both. That's virtually impossible. Taxpayers' resources should not be used to promote both sides of the equation. Our bill that the governor vetoed would have also produced additional revenue into the system. $220 million that could have been spent on schools, could have been spent on pension reductions, it could have been spent on any variety of other functions of government that quite frankly are core functions of government. And yet that bill was vetoed. And I want to be very clear. This was not about promoting a better system for Pennsylvanians. This veto wasn't even about revenue. Because if this veto was about revenue, he would have supported our proposal, which would have brought $220 million additional dollars into the general fund per year. Because modernization, which is what many of the supporters of the current antiquated system want to go to, modernization only yields $185 million additional dollars. So if it's about revenue, that plan falls $35 million short. Ladies and gentlemen, let's be clear. This is about defending the status quo. This is about maintaining the status quo and business as usual. This is not a fresh start. This is a false start. And I, for one, am very disappointed in the governor to not sign this legislation that is so immensely popular with the public. In addition to that, it increases funding. And most importantly for myself, and the reason that I'm a supporter, it gets us out of a business that we should not be in. We should not be promoting the sale of alcohol. I believe that we should be focusing on those individual items that we are required to do, and that is fund education, work on our infrastructure, and provide a healthy and safe state. This is not, unfortunately, what the governor has done with his long line of vetoes, and I, for one, hope that we can revisit that issue so that we can work responsibly for the taxpayers, as well as making sure that we can do the jobs that we're all tasked with efficiently.